Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Oh, look at this. Wow. After all that, we actually made it to Saturday, just only to work again. We work all week. We get to Saturday, we go, oh, time to go back to work. Hi, welcome to our work. It's called Talking Real Money. I'm Don McDonald, and Tom is rearranging the furniture.
Well, yeah, it could be worse, by the way. We could be slinging pizza at the Evergreen State Fair. So one thing is work, one thing's not work. I
thought you were going to sling pizza this weekend.
That's next Friday. Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, do not miss the Evergreen State Fair next Friday. Tom Cock will be appearing live.
And by the way, with each pizza, free advice on your 401k or IRA.
Wait, dude, you've got a VIA now. Your VIA has a battery.
So I could just go out and do the show
from there? You could do it. You could use your phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot.
I'm not you, okay? I got to have it set up for days ahead of time. You know that. This is not what I do.
Oh, yeah.
But I will be there Friday, so yes, come by and see me at the wonderful Pompeii Wood-Fired Pizza. End of cheap, free advertising.
Do you know how swamped you're going to be now on Friday?
It's going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be crazy, man.
My brother visiting from the Chicago area, we're requiring him to work with me.
Wait a minute. Is this the brother who's the singer?
It is.
Oh, my gosh. Not only, ladies and gentlemen, can you meet Tom Cock, but you'll have an aria delivered by both his brother and his daughter, Aria.
Wow, this is really a promotion.
All for the low cost of admission to the Evergreen State Fair. Don't miss it.
We could, if they on demand, they could demand like a Broadway tune or something from him.
Exactly.
Or help with their IRA 401k.
Well, I thought
you don't get both.
I thought since it's Italian themed because of a Pompeii wood-fired pizza,
I see where
that
we're going
we
here.
would have him sing an Italian aria.
Maybe a little Pavarotti. Something.
Does he do opera?
Yeah, he could do opera. Yeah, he's a whatever tenor. Sure, he could do that.
He's a whatever.
I forget. There's a name for it.
He's not a contratenor, is he?
No, he's not.
Because that's a soprano, basically.
No, I forget what it's called, but
okay,
it'll come to me later.
All right.
Yeah, come and see us. It'd be great.
We haven't talked to. Well, there's money involved.
About money.
Admission to the fair that costs you money.
True.
The pizza that you're gonna buy, because once you catch a whiff of that aroma from the Pizza Italiano, you will not be able to stay away from Pompeii wood-fired pizza.
Wow, that was... She's going to owe you something. I don't know.
I know.
I hope you don't collect.
I just want pizza, damn it. I just want pizza. Is it too much to ask?
3,000 miles.
3,000-mile pizza?
Doesn't travel.
Flash freeze the stuff, overnight it.
There was a guy who wanted to do that. We tested all of it. It just, I don't know. Didn't work very well.
Okay. Speaking of media.
Yes. You didn't give the number yet.
No, I didn't. You want to call us? 855-935-TALK. That's our phone number, 855-935-8255. It's free, it's easy, and we love to answer your questions. So give us a call,
about money or pizza or Arias.
We'll do it. We're really flexible this weekend, or for you listening on Monday or Tuesday. But really, we do this on the weekend on Como Radio in beautiful Seattle.
Which it is today.
Which is just down the street from the Evergreen State Fair. Don't miss it. Pompeii wood-fired pizza will be there. Be there.
And the
monster
Truck Show.
trucks.
Don't forget the monster trucks. Come on.
Monster trucks.
There you go. You need the bigger voice with the reverb.
Yeah, I do. I don't have reverb. Okay. I don't have reverb on this.
Reverb?
Yeah. Well, we've just wasted almost the entire first segment. But in the next segment, we have some really good stuff for you.
Like what?
Well, we want to talk a little bit about the media and the fact that apparently we're in the wrong part of the media. Tom and I made another dumb decision by being on terrestrial radio and being old. That was our other mistake.
Yeah.
Our other mistake is being old. I mean,
we're finance bros, and that's the wrong thing to be in this particular age.
We're finance dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not bros. We're dinosaurs.
That's only 65 million years. I think we're older than that. So
yeah, okay. So what we want to do, we want to talk a little bit about some of these YouTube people. I learned today. We read the Wall Street Journal, both of us, and went, "They're making how much?"
Yeah, it's a bit surprising the amount these people that just get on and sort of chat about stocks with no background in it. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Meet Kevin should have 1.7 million subscribers and make did I say 500,000?
No, 5 million.
I think he's made, that's so far this year.
Oh, that's just so far this year.
The year is not over, my friend.
Do you see why we're confident we're in the wrong business?
Well, somebody might drop by with a $5 million check.
I've never even made 10% of 5 million in 1 year, ever.
I'm sorry.
I need a raise. Kevin's getting it. Meet Kevin. He's getting it. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And is it right? And is what they're doing right? 855-935-TALK is our number. 855-935-8255. You can also leave questions at talkingrealmoney.com.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Want a free copy of my book, Financial Physics? Well, go download it right now at vestory.com, vestory.com.
For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
Hello again. I'm Don McDonald, along with Tom Cock, holding his hands up. Are the police there finally?
I was stepping away from the microphone as per your instructions, sir.
Okay, good. So you didn't mess anything up going out of the break. Okay.
Nope.
855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. There's a YouTube host that I read his reviews, and apparently grumpy person who didn't like my accents. His are sillier than mine. He does like silly British accents. And I have a question for you. Have you ever felt like making just $10,000 in a day is just not what you expected? It was a bad day for you that day you earned only $10,000. That's what this Meet Kevin told the Wall Street Journal, that $10,000 in a day is a bad day. My mouth is agape. This is Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin. Well, Tom, you watched him today. What does Meet Kevin do on his little podcast?
Well, just as a background, he has a YouTube channel, I guess you would call it. He does live streams, right? And he's got the screen behind him where he's got all the stocks. And then on the other side, you've got the live chat. So people are chatting him, right? Like, what about that? What about this? Et cetera, et cetera. So he's commenting on individual securities. He's giving advice handed out from his 4-year-old who had a big arrow down, which apparently means the market's going down, and maybe he's recommending you short stocks. So, yes.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can get this to play. I was trying to get.
Bring Kevin in.
That they actually don't expect the Federal Reserve to taper until November at the earliest. Their logic behind this is that the Fed will likely want to figure out what's going to happen in Congress with the debt limit political standoff.
That's Kevin. Meet Kevin. You just met Kevin.
Yeah. So it's, it's instantaneous. Mm-hmm. It's, I guess, I thought Jim Cramer was entertaining enough. It's entertaining.
Is it?
In some way? I guess so. We've got 1.7 million people. And we have 500.
No, 533.
533. I thought it was 536.
Oh, 536. You're right.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm selling us short.
So I don't know that this is a place to turn to use that information, then go buy individual stocks. Why is he interrupting me? So,
I didn't mean for him to. It was an accident.
Yeah. So no, this wouldn't be a place that I would go get a financial education. I'll put it that way.
Well,
it's entertaining, I suppose, as I say. I don't find it entertaining, but
but here's the thing. Here's one of his. I want to play just a little bit of this one because I was watching this one today. Kevin started out. I got to find it right at the beginning. Why is it not playing? It was playing.
It was a moment ago.
A stock that has been absolutely battered since it went public.
Let's go back here.
The social ARB, trend checks, everything was great. So if you like that kind of stuff, you want to go more into detail, feel free to check that out via the link down below. Okay, folks, for now, though, let's go ahead and check out number one. Number one on the list is Affirm. Affirm is a stock.
Okay, here's the deal. He is talking about 3 stocks that he recently purchased. And telling you at the beginning, well, I'm not giving you financial advice. Do whatever you want to do. But he's telling you how wonderful these stocks are and how he's sold put options on or bought put options. No, sold put options.
Sold them.
Bought call options so that he was long. Now he's actually buying the stock. And he is speaking to a group of 1.69 million people. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and I occasionally get a little annoyed by some of the things the SEC does, but isn't this like skating on the thin ice of market manipulation?
Well, or front running. I mean, again, for Don or myself, we could not do this because we are registered.
Oh my gosh, we'd be in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he's not. Remember, he's just an entertainer. He's a journalist, if you wish. He's just somebody that's sort of having fun, giving advice. So maybe you can get away with that.
There have been times when people have been sent to jail for basically what are called pump and dump schemes, where they buy the stock cheap, they pump it in the media, and then they dump it.
Yeah, they sell it, and then they go straight down after it's gone straight up. Yes, so maybe he could be, as you said, in trouble for some sort of market manipulation.
And then there's the other thing that really bothers me about these guys. They are making a ton of money, maybe in the stock market, maybe from their subscribers, probably from their subscribers. I mean,
it's always, wait a minute, I'm going to interrupt you. It's
Please.
Always, every time you go back and look at one of these things where they're giving out all this great advice, they're always making it from the subscribers because then 5 years later, somebody's going to say, well, how was Meet Kevin's track record? It was horrible. Because these guys can't pick stocks. They don't know anything about the future.
But the reality is we don't even know what his track record is because I couldn't find it published anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see his actual account statements and see what he's buying and what. But you actually have to be a member to get more information. You get a little better lead time on his hot stocks.
How much is it to be a member?
I can't remember, but he said there was 40% off coupon.
Oh,
but the funny. Oh, he has a teachable class. Okay.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Building wealth making YouTube videos is one of the things he's not building wealth investing.
It's not about making money with the stocks. It's about dragging other people along to watch your silly YouTube channel.
Or how about this?
Yeah.
Stocks and the psychology of money for a mere $762.
700, that seems an odd number.
That's how much the class is. But he's giving you a 40% off coupon on that. And I bet 40% brings it almost exactly to a 99 price or something. Let's find out. Cuz I just can't you're right, that's a weird number times 0.6 is 457. Okay, never mind. My theory was wrong. But anyway,
I think you should go through the course.
I'm not paying $762 for lifetime access to this one course. That's just, do you see where these guys make all their money, though? It's not, this can't be legitimate. So why are you watching it? It's not
It's
good
fun.
for you.
It's entertaining. I'm in some of the stocks he talks about, and I love the wacky commentary from 4-year-olds. Never miss it.
Gee.
Very important to decide what the future of the stock market holds.
Then it's kind of sad that Amazon and Disney and Comcast and all of these companies are spending billions of dollars actually producing entertainment. Okay, well,
By the way, I hope my 4-year-old grandson is not listening today because he will be upset that he's not on our YouTube channel like Meet
Okay.
Kevin's son is. That's going to
if
hurt
the
him.
subscriber count goes up, he can come on.
You'll allow him to do it?
Whatever.
Really?
855-935-TALK is our phone number. But the message here, avoid these people on YouTube. They don't know anything. Manage it sensibly.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Is your portfolio a mess? You may have a case of hodgepodgeitis, but don't worry, we can help. Just set up a free, no-obligation meeting with a Vestory advisor at Vestory.com. No sales pitch, guaranteed. That's Vestory.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Yeah, the real stuff. Not all of this. Oh, my gosh, my head spins. Am I really getting that old? I mean, I'm good with technology, but this stuff is causing my head to spin. These are people giving advice and making $5 million in 3 months? We messed up, Tom. 855-935-TALK is our number. Don, another Don. Hi, Don. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hey, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hey, this is the first time caller.
Thank you, sir.
My question is in regard to the VBTLX,
Yes, sir.
Vanguard Total Bond Stock Index,
Yes?
Yes?
and the question is, this is my understanding. I don't know if this is correct or incorrect, but as the yield goes up, the price comes down in those bonds.
That is correct.
And what I was
But
Wait,
what I
that's
was
all right.
thinking about doing,
But
sorry?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I want to hear the rest of your
doing-
question.
what I was thinking about doing is, since for the year I've got a minus 0.14%, I was thinking about putting that into a money market, then cost averaging back into the S&P for a better return.
That's called
I've only got
market
10%
timing.
Of it. Yeah, I've been doing it for about 30 years.
how do you know when to make the switch?
And well, why are you in the bond fund to begin with? Then what's the purpose of the bond fund?
The bond fund initially was to get a split between bonds and stocks.
To do what? To accomplish what?
And in regard to getting a better return,
No. You don't mix bonds and stocks to get a better return. That's not the reason, because bonds don't return much. You mix stocks and bonds to reduce volatility.
You're correct. They haven't done very well, but my stock, the VFIAX, which is 90% of it, has done really well.
Right. Has done.
The S&P 500.
Has done. What's it going to do on Monday?
Have no idea. It could go up or down.
Right. Could it go down a lot?
Absolutely.
And then when do you get back into it?
What do you mean? So I don't touch that, and I've cost average because I got them in IRAs, so I don't touch them because
But this is market timing,
let them
sir.
go.
This is market timing, Don. What you're trying to do is market timing.
It is market.
Yes, because you have money in bonds right now, and you put money into bonds to reduce volatility. They are doing what they're supposed to do. Volatility is a two-way street. Volatility is both up and down. And what bonds do is reduce volatility in up and down markets in both cases. But that's to smooth the ride. It's doing exactly what it's intended to do.
It sounds to me like what you're trying to say is I'll be in stocks when they go up and I'll be in bonds when they go up. I'll make a swap when the switch occurs. Bonds have had a lousy year, you pointed out. Again, 1.5% is not a horrible time in bonds. There have been worse times. So we're trying to understand if you're going to be a market timer, we do not support that ideology, if you will.
Okay. No, I understand. I just wanted to make sure my first part of my question in regard to the way bonds work, making sure my analysis is correct.
Yeah, but Tom started to add a very important but. Here's what happens with a bond mutual fund. You see, a lot of the bonds that Vanguard owns in that mutual fund are expiring in the next few weeks, next few months. And if rates go up, Vanguard is going to take that new money that they just got in cash, and they're going to go immediately out because it's an index fund, and they're going to buy the longer maturities with higher rates.
Oh.
With higher rates.
Yeah, that's the advantage to owning a bond fund that has many different maturities. It's going to have different interest rates. And again, Vanguard does this in a way that is incredibly inexpensive, very diversified, and again, I feel gives you pretty good protection should a calamitous occurrence of bond prices occurs. I don't see that with this particular type of bond fund.
Yeah, it's an intermediate bond fund. It's not going to be horribly volatile, but it will be a little volatile because it has a higher yield than zero. So anything with a higher yield of zero has some sort of a risk associated with it. 855-935-TALK. That's our phone number, 855-935-8255. Talking real money.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Set your course for a great future with a free copy of our 60-page Better Retirement Guidebook at vestory.com, vestory.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hey there, I'm Don. That's Tom. 855-935-TALK is our phone number to talk about, money, investing it, spending it, saving it, all the things you do with it. At the top of the hour, we were talking about the pundits on YouTube and Instagram. Influencers, yeah. And they, they're the people behind the meme stocks and all this stuff, or the NFTs, or just stuff that makes your head spin. Well,
crypto.
I try to not take them seriously. I think that's probably the wise position. But apparently, Wall Street doesn't think the same.
No, it's a little surprising to read that Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and other hedge funds actually now have employees that are combing through internet forums of Reddit, Twitter, et cetera, to get ideas on what to invest in. Wow. I mean, and these are the really smart people on Wall Street. Now, unless they are trying to front run in other words, they see that people are discussing XYZ stock. They run out and buy it. People jump in and push the price up, and then they sell it. It's the old scheme, right? But otherwise, really? These are the really smart people?
The really smart people are following the really dumb people, which doesn't that prove that the really smart people aren't that smart? I think it does. I think in some sort of philosophy class somewhere, they're going to be discussing that.
And by the way, it's not just a few people. According to, I still can't believe these numbers. Robinhood says it has 22.5 million accounts. Now, that's accounts.
Accounts,
right. It could be
all with $12 each in them.
It could be, but as of June 30th, that's up from 18 million at the end of March. So it's a couple. I mean, but still 20 million.
Yeah,
people are there trading stocks.
And how soon there will come a day when they'll rue their ways.
I hope we're still alive.
Yeah, me too. Because I'd like to see some serious ruin going on just because. I think it's a good reason. 855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. Sitting back in the studio doing the news during the live radio program, but not during the podcast, is Ryan on a mic, I think.
Ryan?
I don't know if he's on a mic or not.
Oh, he's on a mic.
Oh, he's on a mic.
And he's there. You know it, too.
Okay, Ryan. Wow, man. You sound like a newscaster or something, darn it.
You guys can have the battle of the voices.
I appreciate you making me wait for that clown who does the news at the bottom of the hour to ask my question. But
hey, our pleasure. We always like to to slow him down a little bit.
He needs his roll slowed just a little bit. You're
All right.
absolutely right.
What is your most important question of the day?
What do you need to know?
The last time we talked, Don, you were kind enough to suggest that I start dumping money into a Roth IRA. So I did a little research online and ended up more flummoxed than ever. So I'm hoping you have some recommendations on a couple.
It's probably
good
better
ones.
that you've got Tom this time. I think it's better.
Go
He
ahead.
called. Well, no, go ahead.
That's funny. What's your question about Roth IRAs?
Well, I went online, like I say, to take a look, and not only are there different conditions with each one, some do it with no fees, and some are, it was some, we've talked about this before. The financial stuff sometimes is a little bit over my head, but really, I'm just hoping you guys can point me in the right direction to a firm or two that might have a good one I should take a look at.
Well, okay.
I can afford,
there's
I can give
not
you one
a good
firm.
one. Because remember, a Roth is just the basket that holds the investments.
Yeah,
but okay,
we can make this very easy for
yeah,
you.
really easy.
The firm, and only because I remember them right off the top of my head. There's others, so
Mm-hmm.
please don't get. The firm is Vanguard. You'd simply go to Vanguard.com.
Yep.
You'd open a Roth IRA. Probably take you 10 minutes, maybe less. And then when you put the money in, here's all you have to remember: Victory Thomas. Victory Thomas.
I thought it was Tango.
VT. It is, but I'm making it up. And by the way, the person who kindly enough gave me the phonetic alphabet, I ran into him a couple weeks ago. But anyway, yeah, VT. That's all you got to do. It goes in one exchange traded fund. You basically hold a basket of securities that makes up most of the stocks around the globe, and you do it at an incredibly low cost.
And
There's
no fees,
reason to do
no
anything
fees for the
else.
Roth
Yeah.
either.
No, yeah, there's no fee for sort of, the administration of it, if you will.
Did that help?
I personally think
I'm going to make
it's
Tom
easy.
stop talking now. Does that help?
That's a huge help because, there's so many options when you go online, and most of them are just trying to sell you a product or a service. So, to clear that up and narrow it down, I really appreciate that. And, of course, unfortunately, now it's going to cost me dinner for both of you at Canlis. But we'll have to wait until I reap the benefits of the Roth for me to be able to afford that.
Okay. We could work trade. You are in radio.
that's good.
That's true.
Yeah, try. All right. 855-935-TALK is our phone number. 855-935-8255. I'm sorry, you don't have a microphone in your house and a line right to us, but you can call still. 855-935-TALK.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
A second opinion could save your life either physically or fiscally. Let one of our Vestory advisors help you save your future at Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
Wow. I still can't get over Meet Kevin and his $5 million income in a quarter and his super saturated videos. I am going to watch a bunch of his videos this weekend.
Learn the tricks.
Yeah, I'm going to learn the tricks of the
internet
trade. I
stock
need
pickers.
1.67 million subscribers, and we are a little below that right now. A little
We're at
below
500,
that.
right? Not 500,000.
No,
not
no,
500
no.
million.
536.00. 536.00.
Forgot those other 36. I apologize for that. So.
855-935-TALK is our phone number. You can also send us questions in through our website, talkingrealmoney.com. A lot of people like to write. It's the new world. And we got one last week that I think fits into this hour really nicely. I remember getting it. And it's about bond funds. The correspondent says, I only use ETFs in my 3 accounts, 401k, my Roth IRA, and individual investment accounts after maxing out the other 2 first. Sort of followed the Paul Merriman portfolio. However, each has different but similar styles to avoid replication. So here are 2 questions. I'm going to give you the easy one. Ready?
Yes.
Are the dividends and capital gains from a municipal bond fund totally tax-free in my individual account?
The interest?
Interest and capital gains.
Well, it's 2 different things.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the interest would be tax-free, yes.
Yep, federally
Any
tax-free.
gain in the fund, that's just regular, that's taxable like anything else.
Like capital gains, yeah.
Yeah, like if you buy it here and you sell it higher, then you're going to pay a tax on that, yes.
Here's question 2. And this one I actually did some research on because I really...
Then you answer it.
This question, Tom, comes up a lot. In fact, we got it basically today.
Oh.
His question is, and several times after COVID hit, or today, Thursday, every fund, whether equities or bonds, have fallen. Bonds and stocks have gone down, Tom. So why do I have bond funds? Are bond funds really less risky?
Okay, gone down. So this depends on your definition of gone down. Right?
Well, that too.
Because we know that a stock portfolio has in the past lost half of its value.
That is where I'm going to illustrate the spuriousness and the short-term nature of this question that a lot of you write and call with. You're always calling with this question because you're not thinking. I went to Morningstar and looked at the performance of the Vanguard Total Stock Index Fund, not Admiral, because it needed to have a long history. So I went with the investor shares, and then I went with VBMFX, which is the Vanguard Total Bond Investor shares. They both existed at the same time. $10,000 put into the Vanguard Total U.S. Stock Index Fund between March 2008 and just 1 year, and February 2009. Went from a total of 12 months. 12 months.
Pretty raucous time, too.
Your stock portfolio went from $10,000 to $4,860. Wow. That is a loss of 51%.
I think I just mentioned something about losing half of your money. Okay,
right.
Good.
How did the Vanguard bond market do during that?
I think it was up a little bit because the governments were up pretty substantially in that period of time.
$10,000 invested in that was worth $10,000 at the end of that period. If you had owned those two equally, your loss would have been cut in half.
Down about 25%.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people say, well, yeah, okay, but what about recently? You got to give yourself enough time. You can't just measure a day. Here is March 1st, 2020 until March 31st, 2020. One month. One calendar month.
Okay.
$10,000. You remember this month? This was the month that we were all scared about COVID.
Yep.
And
still are, but okay.
So the Vanguard Total Stock Index Investor Shares, which is VGTSX, went from $10,000 to $8,260.
That's about
18%. 18% decline. The Vanguard, and so wait a minute, but the Vanguard Bond Fund did the same, because rates are rising, right? No. The Vanguard Total Bond Index Fund, $10,000, went from $10,000 to $9,960.
Basically flat. And let me give you another number since you're throwing them out there. This year. How about this year?
This year.
Where bonds have had a horrible year. Okay, yes, 100% stock portfolio. Just looked this up this morning. Globally and diversified is up 21.8%. That's a pretty good year. And then those awful bonds that have just killed you. The Intermediate Term Bond Fund a government bond fund operated by Dimensional Funds, DFIGX, down 1.4%.
Basically flat.
Yeah, that's really killed you.
Well, you have to. That's total return. But actually, let's be fair. Yes, that's total return. So it's the income. About a 3%, about a 3% loss total.
If you didn't get the interest, et cetera.
Right,
I get it.
Right.
But still, really.
This is the point we so try to make every time we do this. What happens today or tomorrow or yesterday? Those one-day things mean nothing. And don't rely on anecdotes or your own eyeballs. You are not the final arbiter of truth in this world. There is academic truth, folks, and the academic truth is that you have to build a diversified portfolio to make money long-term with a reasonable degree of volatility, okay? 855-935-TALK is our number, and Vinder, you're up. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hi, Don.
Hey, Vinder.
I have a question. My wife, she has a IRA, one of them portfolio put 850,000, and Vanguard advisory guy, which I don't have right now, he put 50% money in bond and 50% money. 50% in bond and B and DX. Another 50% he put total stock market ETF and international stock market ETF.
Okay.
So bond don't make any money. You think I should, because $325,000.
Vendor.
You are kidding.
Did you just
kidding,
hear
right?
what we talked about before your call?
No, I was driving.
Vendor. This is why you have bonds, okay? For the entire month of March 2020. You remember March 2020?
Bad month.
Yeah.
Stock market went way down, right? Here's why you have bonds. In March 2020, the stock market, or the total stock index fund, lost about 20% of its value. In that same month, the Vanguard Bond Index Fund stayed flat. Now, let me give you one other example. This will help you even more. In 1 year, in 12 months, from March 1st, 2008, remember that?
Bad time, yeah.
Until
Awful.
February 28th, 2009, 12-month period, the stock market, the Vanguard Total Stock Index, lost more than 50% of its value. The bond market made a little tiny bit of money, but was basically flat. You don't own bonds for the return. You own bonds for the stability. And I got to admire your Vanguard advisor who actually did what he or she probably should have done. You need to split it up because very few people can stand a 1-year loss of 51%. Vendor, thanks for the call.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Tom and I created Vestory to help everyone become a better investor, even those who will never be clients. Let one of our advisors help you start your financial plan or solve a money problem free with no obligation or high-pressure sales pitch at Vestory.com. Vestory.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
But it's funny, that's something we run into at our firm, which is called Vestory. We run into it all the time. As a matter of fact, we ran into it last February when we were making people who'd made a lot of money in the stock market sell some of their stocks, February 2020, and buy bonds. Turns out it was perfect timing. We didn't mean for it to be perfect timing, but it ended up those who had bonds were a lot happier. And if you want somebody to look at your portfolio and say, you really shouldn't be doing this, you ought to maybe do this, and you want that for free because you're a DIYer, well, just set up an appointment with one of our Vestory advisors. They'll help you. They will. They'll do it for free. There's no obligation. And there's no high-pressure sales pitch. It's just really easy to set up a meeting. Just go to Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestory, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That's a wrap.